Welcome back to the D&D Family Gamers. I'm taking here back on Genshin Impact, folks. Welcome back to the show. And today, folks, we're probably the minds of not know me because we are going to be doing KAZUHA's story quest. Can't wait to play it. It's going to be fun. But I can't believe we're going to be in for one heck of a ride, if you know what I mean. Because it's a 2.8, we're going to have some fun. So if you enjoyed, don't forget to like, subscribe, what's all fun, click the button, and do it the best. Y'all always, here we go again. And I forget what my pity is on here. I have 17 pity at the exact time. So I have a few premium gems. I bought me an out welcome to have a little stockpile. And I'm just seeing if I get lucky. I was open. So with this one, the next one coming up, I'll be at 19 pity. Ah, god dang, you're a nightmare. Alright, the next one is a purple. Wait. Oh, it ain't actually. Ooh. Alright, anyway. We got something to do. Let's go meet up with our good old buddy, KAZUHA. I'm assuming he's in Inazuma. Yep. Alright, we'll spawn up right here. Akonda Village. Come on, game, hurry up. There we go. From what I've been hearing, folks, the story quest for KAZUHA, it takes around 2 hours. If so, we may do a double stream of this. Maybe? Not sure yet. Let's see how far we get done. I still gotta do some random stuff to get rid of my resin. Oh god, lag.
It's been a while since we first set foot on Inazuma.
Really? We were in here earlier.
So many things have happened since then. Yeah, we've definitely made some progress on our journey. So, where should we go today? Huh? What's up?
What the? Be careful. Why is that sword glowing?
Hey! What the heck was that for?
Oh, that's all sick! I
Doesn't
want
want
it.
to
Give me
talk,
it.
huh? Alright, let's convince him to calm down a little.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lightning flash. What?
Oh. Whoa!
Huh? So you don't have a vision after all?
Huh?
Seems like I've mistaken you for someone else.
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right person before you go attacking them. No, wait. Even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go attacking them out of the blue. It's
What's so special about that blade?
Have you ever met someone by the name of KAZUHA?
Nope, never heard of him.
He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animal vision. That's none of your business.
It is my business.
Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
What the heck is this guy's
Oh,
problem?
he's dead. I'm gonna kill him.
Coming around here, waving that weird sword in our faces, and he didn't even apologize.
Quite all
Seems
rude.
like a real nutcase. Well, one thing's for sure. No way are we telling him anything about KAZUHA.
Couldn't agree more.
Right? Paimon has a feeling, though, that even if this guy gets to challenge KAZUHA to a duel, he won't be able to beat him.
With that
Anyway,
ability, yeah,
just
he
be
might.
on the safe side. We should go fight KAZUHA right away and tell him to watch his back. Oh? What kind of hunch? A special connection? You mean beyond already knowing each other?
Oh.
Yeah, maybe a little. But then again, most people look pretty much the same once they start fighting, so that doesn't really prove anything.
Not with that element.
Anyway, there's no time to lose. Let's go tell KAZUHA so we won't get into any danger.
This may be a dumb
Paimon
question.
heard
Where?
that the Crux fleet is
Oh,
stocking
never
up
mind.
in Rito at the moment. Let's look for him there.
No, does that mean we're gonna be able to Beto too? Can't move. A strange and friendless road? What the heck? Okay, I am slightly confused and concerned. Alright. And oh yeah, folks, I did my summon session last night. If you missed it, it was Pop 444, and we did the wishes. I got Klee. And I got Haizo. And max concentration was Spishal and Toma. God, they got the frame drop again. Oh, what the hell?
Hello? Do you know where KAZUHA is?
You're looking for KAZUHA too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all. Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run, only this time, as soon as we entered the harbor, we ran into a huge crowd of Inazumans, all of them wanting to know about KAZUHA. If it's because of that battle on Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a great run there too, but I don't see her getting this kind of attention.
What do you mean?
KAZUHA keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen to the captain, but she just laughs it off.
True.
Oh, so you still don't know what he did?
I've heard bits and pieces. Something about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi.
Oh yeah.
Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be? Really? Wow. When you put it like that, it all makes sense. In that case, his newfound stardom is well deserved.
Not quite.
He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryo Commission. They said they had something important to discuss with him.
Tenryo, that's
I thought they'd come to arrest him at first.
Kujo's
Turns out
one.
they couldn't have been friendlier to him. Seems like they really respect the guy.
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unimaginable. Thank you. Guess we'll go pay a visit to the Tenryo Commission.
Let's roll.
All right then. I'll just stay here and carry on trying to fend off the crowd.
Okay. Con along teleport. Phew! Let's do this shit. Oh, where am I? There I am. Do this, you got a couple around here? Oh, is this woman gonna be potentially me and Haizo? Because he is from the Tenryo Commission too. Oh, only by now. Jump head first. Want me to both do something stupid? Oh. Nope. Oh, let me up with him. Duh.
Oh? It's you.
Gabe?
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt Decree. Since you're here, you're very welcome to listen in on the conversation. We invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the Shogunate. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. Also, I've been granted the chance to correct my clan's past mistakes, and for that, I'm deeply grateful. The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years. The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaidahara name. Regarding the history of the Kaidahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed?
I've heard a thing or two.
In short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the Shogun directly, responsible for upholding and further developing the traditional blade forging arts of the Almighty Shogun. The Kaidahara clan belonged to this class. But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya.
What?
Both the Kaidahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight and entered a period of great turmoil.
Wait a minute. They fled to Snezhnaya? Oh, are we gonna meet like maybe some of the relatives of KAZUHA? Dude, that's kind of cool.
We later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui.
Yeah, I got
Attributing all of the blame to the Kamisato and Kaidahara clans was neither proper nor just. Considering Mr. Kaidahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the Almighty Shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past. In the interest of preventing further harassment of the Bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our investigations into these matters. We trust you can understand why this was necessary.
This is a true honor. I am delighted to be in a position to receive the goodwill of the Almighty Shogun and the Shogunate at large.
But
However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. We seek only to correct a past injustice. With the Kaidahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaidaharas will be bladesmiths once more, and your wanderings will finally come to an end.
nope.
You will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City, with the Almighty Shogun's blessing and full
Nope, you
support
gotta be a
of the
wanderer.
Shogunate.
That's just how
I have grown
Kazuha is.
accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode. Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaidahara, and the art of blade making for which it stood. I do have a responsibility to restore their honor.
I sense some hesitation in your words. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we almost wondered whether there was another Kaidahara Kazuha in town.
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaidahara really parried the Shogun's strike.
Yeah, but we took her down.
Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaidahara Kazuha was using a delusion began to spread.
What? But that doesn't make sense. Using a delusion turns you old and frail, and
Yeah, like
Kazuha
Pepe.
still looks fine.
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person wielding two elements at once is a more inconceivable notion still.
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject of public discussion, no matter whether
I got
it
them
brings
we're gonna be able to
suspicion
wheel
or
more one
stardom
element at
my
the same
way.
time eventually.
But perhaps if the Shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
Please allow me some time to consider. In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then, what brings the two of you here?
Oh, someone's after you.
Yes, we nearly forgot about the most important thing.
How could you forget Paimon?
Why would such a dangerous individual be looking for me? No, this puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. We undergo rigorous training to standardize every motion the blade is put through, so that each can be fairly assessed for quality. Over time, these techniques came to form something of a Kaidahara sword art, focused on blade testing, but with a full repertoire of combat forms. Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones typically used by samurai in battle. So it's hard to imagine that the similarity you speak of was coincidence alone.
Ooh.
All the more reason to watch your back. This guy was a serious nutcase.
Indeed. He sounds highly aggressive. Anyone he targets is at risk of serious injury. Or
He didn't
worse.
kill me. I'm moving around too. I
In
want to
that
fight him.
case, I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
No, I'm not gonna beat him up.
Thank you.
He is
I
a no
must say,
button.
I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to consider your offer. I will first join the Traveler in
Hi.
investigating
Hello.
the one who attacked him,
Who'd you
then
get?
give you a conclusive
I got
answer
Klee.
upon my return.
Glee.
Very
You
well.
wanted Glee, didn't you?
Please
Yeah,
stay
I
safe.
tell him both. I'm trying to get both. I was able to get her. I lost my 50-50 to
Let's go and
Chi-Chi,
track down
then I
the
got Klee.
aggressor.
And I have 19-50 right now.
The
We're going with
detective
KAZUHA.
agency knows the most about what goes on in town.
You'll never guess what's
Let's
shown
see
up
what
on,
Ryuji has to
on
say.
YouTube.
No. No clue.
Someone has put up my staff being auctioned.
Wait, you mean the GS ball stuff?
Yep.
Holy shit!
I showed my dad and he were getting into auction and like proper into it.
Nice. Right now I'm doing the KAZUHA story quest.
I see that. Are there any events going on in this?
Not yet. They will be going active on the 15th, aka the Golden Apple Archipelago has coming back.
Which one is
That's
that?
the one that, sadly, I didn't take part in it. I was in it at the last end of it when I came back playing Genshin. And, it's the one that Klee, Jean, yourself, and a few other characters go on a little adventure with Klee on some islands, if I pull up my map. That these islands don't come back during the summertime. It's like in this area here, like where I'm at, this big opened area becomes the Golden Apple Archipelago. But this time around to be based around Fischl, Xinyan, Mona, and someone else. I think. Is it Diluc? I forget. Anyway, I gotta go talk to Ryuji. It will be very interesting. God, I'm flame dropping again.
I'll send you a link to that clip as well.
Alright. Whee!
As I were making my way towards them, they were moving so they could get a better angle.
Oh, damn.
So you don't see me talking about it, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
Hey there! We'd like to ask you a quick question.
It's one of them smug
Do
smile
you know
ones.
if anyone around here has been looking for him? For Kaidahara KAZUHA, we mean.
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr. Kaidahara.
Oh, and the guy
I've
who
heard a
was
lot about
Giovanni.
you.
He's
It
a
is an honor to
YouTuber.
finally
Actually
meet you
called
today.
Giovanni.
Wow.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any help you can offer.
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Let me think. I can't seem to recall anything of immediate interest.
I won't round two that guy. I won't do
Kaidahara
that.
is currently the talk of the town, so there are always a lot of people looking for him. To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaidahara's personal information. Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want.
Millions of more. Holy
If
crap.
these were
Hey,
more legitimate
I know him.
commissions,
Give me the money.
Songo would have snapped them up in an instant.
Millions? Of Mora? Whoa! Oh, wait. Even at that price, you probably still shouldn't.
Come on, Paimon.
Please, accept my thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Paimon will totally
Of
cash in.
course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. We don't make our money by revealing details of other people's day-to-day life just for the sake of it. Sorry, I got a little off topic. What I'm really trying to say is, it doesn't surprise me that a complete stranger is looking for Mr. Kaidahara. But I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to connect this with an assault.
Well, I got
Let's
a way to
put that
connect it.
connection
My
aside.
sword to the guy's head.
Have there been any other attacks or similar incidents recently that stand
Ah,
out
that's
as
me.
particularly unusual?
Yeah, you
The
saw his
Tenryou
skin?
Commission had very few leads.
Just, yeah.
I thought you might have some
Looks
information
pretty good.
from different sources.
I may get
It's
eventually,
true that the
but not
commissioners
right
aren't
hand.
clued up about every little thing that goes
Like
on.
right
out
now,
in
I'm
the
trying to get every
streets.
single time I can get my
But
hands on to
typically,
get
It's only
KAZUHA.
the most trivial events that manage to escape their attention. If anyone had
Hopefully I
been out
get
there
lucky.
attacking people,
Hopefully.
that would be assault. In which case, the Tenryou
Oh, I
Commission
got the new
would
guy. I got
absolutely get involved.
Heizo.
Nice.
That does make sense. Uh-oh. Looks like the trail's already run cold.
Not quite. Just want to walk
I
around the
still
woods for 5
find it
minutes.
difficult to believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere. Few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now. I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to
I
be
got a new
humble
one.
around me.
Oh, nice.
In fact,
That's a
I'm quite
consolation bar.
relieved that
Oh
you
yeah,
were the one he
Tony's
targeted.
C6 now.
It would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured
So
or
far
lose
I'm
their
at
life because of me.
22.
For the poor victim,
Yeah, 22 pity.
this would be a completely
Yeah, I'm
senseless
just
crime.
doing the single wishes now.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
We'll find him.
I got a purple ball, but I don't know which one it was.
It seems you are every
Yeah, it was
bit the
probably a
selfless hero they
sacrificial
make you out to
bow
be, Mr.
or
Kaidehara.
Pavonia.
Surely the
Or rough.
same concern for your fellow
One of
man
the three.
is what drove you
I
to
got Toma
fearlessly
again.
raise your blade against the almighty
You got
Shogun.
Toma? Nice.
You flatter me.
It's C2. It's the
Not
C1.
bad.
Truth be told,
Hey, it's more conflict and
I
those little
don't know
points
quite
add
what
up.
came over me in that moment.
Who's
You are
the
much too humble. Don't worry, I
character with
completely
purple
understand your
hair
concerns.
behind
I will try
Kazuha?
my best to gather whatever leads I
Behind
can.
Kazuha, hold up.
Oh,
Or to the side of
actually,
Kazuha?
there was
Before
one strange
Toma.
incident over the last few days. It doesn't involve an
That
attack.
new guy.
Let
Yeah,
me tell you
Taizo.
about it just in case.
Thank you.
He's the new wing guy. He's the
Also,
wing
you can get him
count.
on
During
Ivory
times
banner
like
then.
this, the more
Yeah, you can
information
get him either
you
in
have, the
Cleese
better.
or Kazuha's.
All right then.
Who are you gonna be in for?
Recently,
Clear or
two
Kazuha?
people went missing from the
Kazuha
city at around the
first,
same
then
time.
Cleese.
One of them is a pretty
It's just
well-known
my
collector,
preference, folks.
surnamed Nagata.
Yeah, like for me,
The
I
other,
did a little
Amenoma
unique of
Yuya,
how I did
is
my
a samurai
summons.
from the Amenoma clan.
I did 20 on one, 20 on the back
Now
and forth.
there's a familiar name.
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo, the owner of Amenoma Smithy. Two grown men going missing at the same time. Their cases are likely connected, but I don't
I
know
got a
much
new
in the
guy.
way of details.
Oh, yeah, Heizo? Very
I
nice.
recalled this
Dude!
because Amenoma Yuya is also
I'm
an accomplished
afraid
martial
I
artist
got
who
him.
is skilled with the blade.
Nice.
Perhaps he is the one you are
Also, I
looking
got the new
for.
guy.
Understood.
So we all got the new one.
Though it seems highly
Yeah.
unlikely to me.
Nice Tony, by the way.
I neither know this man, nor do I
About
have any
that.
idea why he may wish to attack me.
I'm back. Yeah, Tony got him C0, I got C1, and you just got him. God damn.
Sure, can't hurt. We never know what we might find out along the way.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by
No.
making some inquiries at the Amenoma
All of that?
Smithy.
Oh, it's stringless. I got
Sounds
the
good.
stringless ball.
All the
Oh,
best with your
Oh,
investigation.
Stringless is really
I'll
good.
get moving shortly
You have
myself.
Fischl, right?
Yes.
Put down her.
Okay.
Alright, now we go this way, talk to this guy, we talked to him a few times.
Ah, if it isn't Kaedehara Kazuha. What brings you here today?
Huh? You two know each other?
Yes, the Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden. Historically, there have always been deep links between the two clans. After I returned to Inazuma,
Oh, was
I
Battle
visited
Pass
Mr.
restarted?
Amenoma to pay my respects.
When the new band, the new run came out, that's when the new Battle Pass came out.
Yes. You may recall
Total
the
of
story of
50
the
wishes,
Raiden
I'm already at
Gokaden from the
29, so
Iridori
it's
Festival.
29 wishes today.
Though all
We won't tell me I
blades
did.
trace their
50 as well.
craft back to
We
the
won't know,
same source,
we won't tell me I did.
over time, each of us has arrived at
90.
a different blade-making
Over
philosophy,
100.
spawning the development of different branches of the same art.
I still can't believe
As an
someone
example,
actually got
The Amenoma art strives
staff
to emulate
being
the
auctioned.
abiding
That's
patience
cool.
and determination of water.
and the guy
As
used
it turns
a really
stone
nice compliment,
to
which I
sand.
didn't hear before, which is
There is nothing
that
mystical
looks
to our work.
pimping. The auctioneer
There is
says
only
that.
practice.
Oh,
day
wow.
in and day out.
His eyes,
Until both
when you
body
see
and
his
mind
eyes, you
have
can see him
memorized the
light up
craft.
from a distance.
Turning each motion of
Sorry,
every
folks, if
technique
you don't know what I'm talking
into
about,
an
it's a staff I
intrinsic
made,
part of the
a gold
bladesmith's
Pokeball
life.
staff.
As for the art of the
Yeah, if you know from the
Kaedehara
show
clan,
Pokemon, there was a
I believe
GS
it's
ball
called
that Ash
Ishin
was trying to
art.
bring to somebody, and they never
That's
got
right.
cracked open.
Ishin art
Enough
strives
I
for
remember.
complete harmony between blade and mind from the moment that forging begins.
Did you
For only a
tell?
blade thus
The one.
forged can capture and convey
I
its
think he
maker's
more or less
thoughts
dropped
and
the subject about
feelings.
the GS ball.
And
The only time I
eventually
remember
become
that.
an
They never
extension
brought it
of
back.
its
They
wielder's
handed
will.
the Pokeball
Indeed.
over to
Most
the guy who
samurai
knows everything
choose their
about
blades,
Pokeballs. And we've
but
heard
an Ishin
nothing
blade
for
chooses
it.
And
its
now it's
owner.
back.
You
It
are,
was originally
without
going
a
to be
doubt,
the Pokeball
the
that
most
has
worthy
Celebi.
wielder of an Ishin
Yeah.
They
blade.
cancelled that because Celebi
It
is,
gladdens my
a
heart
legendary
to see
Pokemon.
that
It's
although
free.
the Kaedehara
Yeah.
clan has fallen on hard
They-
times,
That was all the way back
ideals
in
and
Johto
virtues
League.
are alive
It
and
was.
well.
God, that tells you how old it is.
overestimate me. My actions are guided by my own personal
Do you
sentiments,
remember that?
not by any
the
noble
song for that
aspirations
Pokemon
on
Johto?
behalf of my clan.
Yeah, I remember it, but I don't
But
remember all
let's
the
get back
details.
on topic.
It's been a while.
The
The purpose of our
Oh!
visit today is to gather some information
Sabelle, you're gonna
on
be
the
super
missing
jelly
infant.
at me.
We hope to assist with the investigation.
Why?
Well,
It may
yesterday
turn out that this
I
case
went
is
to the
connected
store
to
and I
another
found
game
something I
pursuit.
bought. I got
yes.
seasons 1
My
to
nephew.
3 of Camp Cretaceous on DVD
I reported the case to the
Nice.
Tenryou Commission,
for $10.
but I haven't heard anything back so far. He didn't say a word before he
I'm
left.
like, I had to
Which is
get it. No
very
ifs, no ands, or
unlike him.
buts. Oh, that's
I'm
right.
still
That's a sign
completely at a
soon.
loss on what to make of
Yeah,
it.
next week.
But I've done
Next
what I can
Thursday.
so far.
Let's go.
Worrying is futile. All I can do
I got
now
all
The
big-
is
animal
wait for the
cube I
news
need
from
to
the
take
Tenryou
out, or
Commission.
to the,
We
new
heard
guy.
that there was a
No.
collector involved in the disappearance too.
Is
Know
he not an
anything
animal?
about that?
He is an animal, but
Yes.
no. You need to
On the
fight the
morning that
ruined
Yuya went
serpent.
missing, he gave me a very cryptic
Seriously,
look
so
and
that,
said that he was going to
that
give
needs
me a
lot of
great
characters
gift.
then.
I
Uh-huh.
believe he went to collect the
Like,
item
you would
from
think
Mr. Nagato after
the-
that. The next
It,
thing I
he
heard
would be an
was
animal
that a
one.
fire had
But
broken out
no,
the
it's
warehouse,
no, you gotta fight the ruined serpent. Like,
and
really?
neither of them came back.
I thought it was
Yes.
wind though. That doesn't-
Strange, isn't it?
He is, but
I wonder
after
what could
so
have caused
long,
it.
certain bosses will not go for
Unfortunately,
other
there was very little
characters.
evidence left
The
behind.
newer characters go for the newer
so
bosses
nobody
they add
knows
to the
what
game.
really happened.
Like recently,
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have
it
wanted
would
to give you?
be for the ruined
If I
serpent.
had to
It's
guess,
let me
It
think
must
of
have
the
been
names.
some kind of rare
Okay.
weapon. Otherwise,
Yudon
there would have been no
Kaizo,
reason for him to get my hopes up. He's
and
never been
Kogi Shinobu.
particularly interested in blade
Those
forging,
three right
He's
now.
wearing the same
but
shoes
has always had a
as,
fondness for blade
the
testing.
new guys wearing the same
and can
shoes as
sense
the
even the
Oni.
most minute differences in
I don't know.
blade quality.
I don't pay attention to beat.
He is extraordinarily talented in martial arts, particularly when it comes to the art of the sword.
Truth be told, we have some information that you may find to be objectionable. The person we are looking for, he attacked this friend of mine.
Okay, that seems a little out of place. This friend of mine, you say that he attacked my friend. What the heck? That
Based
seems
on the
a
evidence
little
we
weird.
have gathered so far, only Yuya seems to match the suspect's profile.
Can we go beat him up
What?
already?
No, absolutely impossible. Yuya is not that kind of person. He is humble and kind. Even his training is done with the goal of calming his mind. He has never gotten into a fight before.
Is that so?
If that's true, then the sword
Yes.
possessed him.
If there's one
Wasn't
thing I
seen that
can
in
say for
multitudes of
certain,
animated video games?
it's that Yuya would never draw his blade without a very good reason. But, with
All
that
running
said,
ones to see too.
it's equally
Oh,
out of
nice.
character for him to just disappear.
Well, I've not
with
used
neither
all of it at the
farewell
moment. That
Yeah.
nor
sounded
fair
very
warning.
wrong out of context.
I also cannot know what course of action he might be
Well, look
capable
at me,
of
I haven't
if
used my thing
coerced
one for Coon's
or
age.
otherwise compelled by circumstances unbeknownst to me.
But
Anyway,
can't only name one
should
was
you
telling my
find him,
first character I built.
please let me know as soon as possible.
Don't worry. You have our
Don't do
word.
that.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked us as well.
Yes. It sounds as if something happened when the two men met each other. Let's pay a visit to the Nagato household.
Nagato. Wait. Go all the way this way now. Yeah. We got a lot of running. All the way over here. Talk to you.
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now. My husband has gone missing, and I'm still trying to find him.
No, you misunderstand us. We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to ask you some questions about Mr. Nagato's disappearance, if we may.
Ah, I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit again.
I don't know, debt
I'm
collector?
sorry you have to see me
Wow.
in this dreadful state. Has some new information come out? Do you know where he's gone?
Working on it.
I'm afraid we don't have any new information at the moment. We're still trying to find out as much as we can to inform our search. With this in mind, can we perhaps ask some questions about your family's current situation?
For example, Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped for Mora.
That's a long story. Ever since I've known him, he's been an avid collector of all sorts of things. He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how enthusiastic and excited they made him, I was happy to believe that they were just extremely important to him. Everything was fine when we first got married, but as time went by, things changed for the worse.
Uh-oh, what happened?
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things, and even resorted to borrowing money just so he could pay for them. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. There were days when he'd spend hours down at the warehouse, admiring his weapons even as debt collectors were descending upon our house. He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring at them like he was in a trance. I'm happy he has a hobby, and I'm willing to support him. But making ends meet has to come first. I've tried talking to him about it so many times, but he never listens. On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts, I would divorce him and take the children with me.
Whoa!
Wow!
And that led to an argument.
Actually, it didn't. Generally, he's a quiet man who likes to go with the flow. On most things, he leaves the decision-making to me. You must understand, I never would have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if the debts hadn't pushed our family to the brink. After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time. When he finally spoke, he awkwardly mumbled that he would pick out a few items to sell. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family? Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in such a predicament. And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply angry with me. The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
I see. I understand.
Well, we have some
Ame
more
no
to do.
Mayuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. During the sale, a fire broke out at the warehouse, and both men disappeared.
At first, I assumed they must have gotten into an argument over the price. But my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so it's hard to imagine him getting into a fierce argument.
Maybe he was feeling the pressure from the debts?
I don't know. He just disappeared after the warehouse burned down. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire, and he's got no way to pay off our debts. Even though I'm still a little mad at him, we're a family, and I want us to face our family's crisis together. As long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf, I know we can work things out.
I got a feeling
Please
about
don't get
this.
upset. There could be more to this situation than meets the eye.
New Kazuha for 5 seconds. I got a feeling this is gonna end out at the end of it. Kazuha's gonna give the stuff that he had from his family to give them the money to pay off their debts.
If collecting things
Still
is
right.
a habit that Mr.
I don't know,
Nagato
whatever.
had his whole life, it is quite unusual for this habit to change so drastically over a short period. But the information we gathered from the other side suggests Ame no Mayuya is also a mild-mannered man who would not be likely to start an argument. This situation is getting a little confusing.
A little confusing? More like completely mystifying.
Let's try a change of scenery and see if we can piece together what we've learned.
And you down with the
Rest
fight?
assured, we'll notify you if we find anything.
Thank you so much. I just want him to come home.
We'll work on it. Okay.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance.
Okay.
The fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded, though its exact role is a mystery. Do you have any thoughts?
Nope.
Well, Paimon was thinking that maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp and,
Yep, I'm done.
Nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
I'm glad that toy event's over with you.
Yeah.
I mean, it were good, don't get me wrong.
Interesting explanation. I was
Yeah.
also considering this.
I want the new
possibility.
one. Because there's at least, from what I've been hearing about the rumors, around 5,000 primo gems to get in that event.
Problematic
Be all
details
the
about
treasures and all
Mr.
that.
Nagato's collectibles.
Which is
Maybe
fine
he
with me.
recognized a blade as a fake, or a well-known stolen item. Either way, after arguing about it, the two men agreed to hide the truth of this matter. They thought a fire would destroy everything. But then the Tenryou Commission began investigating and uncovered some incriminating details, so they fled to protect their secrets. But it's a far-fetched theory. I can't imagine how they would have been able to reach an agreement.
True.
One fact
know what's
that I
all
keep coming back to
confrontations again
is that
before it
Amenoma
starts?
Yuya is
Probably.
polite and well-mannered, while Mr. Nagato is introverted and passive. Neither seems like the type of person who is inclined towards initiating conflict. Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive to disappear after the fire. The more I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes. Just what could have happened there? Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no other details that we've learned seem to link the two events together. Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner of the blade testing techniques of Amenoma art, not those of the combat-oriented Ishin art.
Darn! We thought we could get two birds with one stone here, but at this rate, it's starting to look like a wild goose chase.
Not quite, Paimon. Use brain.
Let's keep going, since we've come this far. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Mrs. Nagato will be able to get some closure.
Okay, but where should we go now?
Let's
where the
head out
fire
of the
was.
city and check out the warehouse. There's still a chance we may be able to find some shreds of evidence.
Called it. Now, where am I on? That way. Time for a shortcut. Yippee-ki-yay! Wait, there's no warehouse? No. There's no warehouse out there. What the frick?
They might have added new stuff, you know.
Yeah, well, I've been around here a lot.
Wait,
Me? Huh, wait, where?
I hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh, something guy's coming after me again.
This must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear. As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament.
Oh
so-
god, that was so long ago.
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to the sound. It's right around here somewhere.
But there's nothing here.
Yeah, I'm trying.
It's gone now, but I can still sense the direction it left in. It felt ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami. Indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation. We should remain vigilant and approach slowly.
Me? Approach slowly? Nah! Wait, what the heck?
So it's an underground warehouse?
That's why I couldn't find it.
The force is definitely coming from down below.
Oh, so much
The
of the
source
domain.
of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place. But the residue it left behind still hasn't dissipated completely. Judging from the concentration, I would have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for a very long time.
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used to hang around the warehouse by himself a lot.
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami energy at that time. From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys into violent monsters, but most will develop a stubborn
Have you
streak
noticed
upon
now
being
that it tells you how
exposed to
many
the
items you're picking
Tatarigami's
up?
unfulfilled will.
They actually buffed that,
Their interests become fanatical obsessions.
which is really good.
Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with. The influence of
guessing how many you get
Tatarigami
in,
could
that's just
explain why he
helpful, yeah.
became
Yeah,
an
and like,
obsessive hoarder.
you don't have to constantly click it
amassing
now.
more and more
Like if
possessions,
there's like
even as he
multiple
put himself in
graves,
grave
they're all
debt.
stackable.
So what should we
Depending
do
on what they
now?
are.
Go down
Yeah.
and take a look?
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside. If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth.
Oh boy.
You needn't worry.
Kaza,
Both
don't!
of us have
This
faced
ain't
far
going
greater
well.
dangers than this. Relatively
Well,
speaking,
here we
the
go
risk
again.
here is trivial.
Trivial! Oh boy, this is not going well.
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
That was too scary! Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was about to jump out at us!
All we can do now is keep searching in the direction that the Tatarigami energy's source left this place. Two ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. I fear much misfortune has already befallen them. Yes, let's go. If nothing else, it's vital that we find out where this Tatarigami energy is coming from. Quiet your mind and focus on what you sense around you. Perhaps you too will perceive its ominous presence in the wind.
Or just use the elemental sight. Whoa! Funky? Dude, what the heck? Whoa. Wait, we're going back to where we can't. Oh boy.
From this point, the trail appears to split into two. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here, and seems to be dissipating slowly. Quite possibly. Let's search the area.
Okay,
Whoa! Look at all those hilly churls! They're acting really strangely.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
where's that when you need them? There's oh, hello!
Let's move out.
Come on!
It's...
Ugh! Look at this red stuff! What is it?
Blood?
By the looks of it, a letter written on a piece of torn clothing. The ink is bone dry.
Holy.
It must have been written quite some
Oh.
time ago. Well, let's take a look.
Blah blah blah. I was wanted by. Uh-oh. That's not good.
According to this letter, a conflict arose because Ame no Yuya wanted to seize a blade belonging to Mr. Nagato. Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could, eventually stopping here to write this letter when his strength gave out.
So, where is he?
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that its aura seems to have attracted a horde of monsters, and I'm afraid he may no longer be with us.
Oh.
Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls. There's nothing more for us to find here. Yes, right now we need to uncover some more important truths. If Ame no Yuya is attacking other people indiscriminately, then the longer we take to find him, the more people risk meeting the same tragic end.
Right, so let's get moving.
I wouldn't be surprised if he, too, fell prey to the influence of the Tatarigami. For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power and skill. All the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected, it seems that now we know the thread that runs between them. I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance, but also zeroes in on the attacker's identity.
Wait, you figured it out? So these two cases are connected after all?
I believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. I will only be able to confirm my suspicions once we've met him in person. On with the search. We must stay vigilant. At any point now, we may find ourselves in danger.
I'll be fine with danger. I feel like killing something right now. What the heck? What the heck is going on here? Hold on. Oh god. Oh god, dude. Wait, we're going to this island? And made it.
He seems to have stayed here for a long time.
Why here? Is there anything special about this place?
I'm not sure. But on closer examination, I sense that the aura may have lingered here at several different points in time.
Oh, someone's here.
Show yourself. It's no use hiding anymore.
In real life?
No, on this.
Kaedehara KAZUHA. It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is the same guy from before. What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have against KAZUHA?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Ame no Yuya that stands before us. But what if instead of facing Ame no Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Yeah, I called that a long time ago.
Now that you mention
That is a
it,
sick looking blade, though.
It is giving off a strange light.
I want it. Give me it.
Whoa, whoa. Surely you don't mean... Are you serious?
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects, then works to subtly affect any living organisms in its vicinity. The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his state of mind, and more recently using the sale as a means to affect, or rather as a means to occupy, Ame no Yuya's body.
You're sharper than I thought. You've already deduced the truth of the
I
matter.
knew a long time ago. Give me all that Dotadora,
Many
dude.
years
It's
ago,
simple.
I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition. I was his pride and joy. In me, he placed all his hopes and dreams. As a descendant of the KAZUHA clan, you should be able to guess our greatest regret.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, all he could do was to flee the nation by sea on a ship bound for Snezhnaya. He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. There was nothing that he could not accomplish.
Okay.
All he needed was more time and a little faith. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do.
I want that
All of his
blade.
life's work,
I think we have to get
his
that
wisdom,
as a weapon.
His skill. It culminated in his creation of me. He not only bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own.
Oh, so talking blade.
The Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world, but also an irreplaceable achievement in the art of blade forging.
So, swords can become conscious?
Hey man, what up?
Control people?
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I
Nice.
had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other respects an ordinary weapon. But that gave me the opportunity to take action. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. Moving from one person to the next, I controlled the minds of countless hosts along the way, each bringing me one step closer to my ancestral home. I seek but one thing: to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power, the might of Ishin art.
Dude, yes, someone ain't gonna do shit against
So
Shogun.
Yuya was
Shit
not
is
her
freaking
first
out.
victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you've finished using them?
They die.
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission. When they got tired, or injured, or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
You're awful.
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until Amenoma Yuya handed himself over to me on a silver platter. At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yuya's body, I have found you. And by your hand, I shall defeat the Raiden Shogun. KAZUHA KAZUHA, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi.
Yeah, he may have done that, but while we top level, we had to fight her.
For what is to come.
He only
Now,
blocked the attack.
Give your body over to me!
Uh-oh, that might be a problem. Oh, we're playing KAZUHA? Hey, let's go! We're playing KAZUHA, let's go. Woohoo! Uh-oh. Oh, we go with the blade. Oh.
Time to
Thank you,
go.
I'm not done kicking your ass.
Wind Strider.
Rewrite history!
History's mystery.
Born of ice and frost.
Yeah.
Wait, bye.
Oh no. Woo! Where'd he go?
Join me.
Clouds high.
And sever that
The birds
divine
call.
light.
Bro, run now.
Rewrite history!
Hold the line.
Oh wait.
Ah!
No!
What's going on?
Dad's trying to nick my teeth.
Come on.
We shall rewrite history!
Use.
Do not stand in my way, or I will strike you down too!
Bring it.
Your bluff's fooling no one. You've lost.
Lost. I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more.
Try to possess me, I dare you.
Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me, but this man. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will. The end result is the same. I will end this wretch's life before you can lift a finger. And even if I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small setback. My consciousness shall endure.
Ooh,
By any means necessary, and any medium available, I shall return and fulfill my destiny!
Destiny
Your fighting
Smeshity, buddy!
style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art. But from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled mania and despair.
Really? You can tell all that just from his moves?
As I've mentioned before, the forms of Ishin art convey the user's thoughts and feelings. Since the blade is currently possessing Aminome Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the blade. If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition. You believe I am your only hope.
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you?
Yep.
On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin Art's secrets. The little that you know barely scratches the surface. In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are indeed a cursed blade that can possess its owner.
I'm thinking I'm about to do a double swim on this.
Everything finally makes sense.
This is getting
You were
good.
biding your
You'll
time.
have much to do
You
tomorrow.
were trapped.
Yeah, well, I got the hang out to do.
After all the time that's passed, you have
Then I gotta go
grown
out on
weak,
archipelago. That's gonna take
to
a
the
while.
point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit of never touching his collectibles.
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Aminome Yuya and make your escape.
And what of it?
Well, that brings me to my second point. There's a despair in you that is so strong it threatens to overwhelm you. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition.
Yeah, I may have to do
whatever
everything
the
either way
cost.
because, like, this could seem
This
freaking
ambition
long.
is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. Each step you have taken has come at a great cost. I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, the greater your fear of losing everything you had achieved grew, and the more you wished to run from the truth. But the way I see it, what began as an ambition has long since become a delusional fantasy.
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal.
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But to make this arduous journey, you committed countless atrocities and showed a blatant disregard for human life. Even if you were to sever that divine light, is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired?
You...
Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art. But even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your bidding. How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade and its bearer?
Silence, you blabbering fool! I must achieve my goal. This was his life's dream, and the very purpose for which I was brought into being. I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly. But you also underestimate my resolve.
And you should face reality.
Easy for you to say. Facing reality offers me nothing. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self-reflection, and certainly not your so-called reality. It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the KAZUHA clan. If you wish to save this man, then offer me your body in exchange.
What?
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet, and I will put your strength to the test.
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demands.
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. A taste of my power will more than convince you. Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenoma Yuya from your control.
I accept.
Don't do this, KAZUHA!
This is the only way to save Amenoma Yuya. If we don't do this, he'll forever be the Blade's puppet. The Cursed Blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating. This suggests his heart is still not completely devoid of honor. The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing
Yes, we can hear you,
obsessions.
KAZUHA, right?
This is the reason Mr. Nagato and Amenoma Yuya fell prey to it. Since I don't have any similar kinds of obsessions, I should be able to put up some resistance for a while.
But even so...
Even if things take a turn for the worse, I still have you both here with me.
Yeah, I'll
I
just
have a
knock
chance
you
here
out.
to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks entailed.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to this bet because there are things I wish to learn too. Now, take me in your hand.
You know what, folks? I'm gonna have to call it here because we gotta do a double swing on this. He's getting ridiculous. In a good way. So checking out the Z&D Family Gamers, I think so. Hope you like a great time watch because this is gonna be interesting, to say the least. I'm assuming we're gonna have a domain we need to go into. I'm assuming because in all the other ones it's always been a domain. So anyway, if you enjoyed, don't forget to like, subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. Hope to see you on another one of Genshin Impact, which will be in about a minute or two. So hope to see you all then. Y'all take care. Laters.